haven't lost too much time and have
I didn't see who it was.
Comes up towards the line to lead the first lap. Second is going to be Joe Wigan from 5th on the grid, and he's already using that hand to say let's work together and try and pull away. Third place then for Tom Overton. Championship leader Nelson King is into 4th place, and then they're all trying to be 5th in towards Richie's corner, but it was just about the number 20 machine of Charlie Mann that held on to that.
But it's interesting you say, our championship leader Nelson King into 4th place. He had to get back into 4th place because that's where he started, and then dropped down a little. But Nelson King, who has been so dominant this year as far as wins have been concerned, plenty of others are there or thereabouts, but he has been head and shoulders really as far as wins are concerned, leading the championship. So maybe not totally happy today because not with that dominant look at the front of the field. There are plenty of others that are going to take wins away if they can.
I'm just trying to think back as well. I think up until the point of somewhere kind of the first race from Bruxton, yes, he had every lap. Yes, it was incredible start to the season.
Started very dominant.
And it hasn't really dropped away too much. He's still done well. He's still scored wins. He's still scored points. But yeah, Nelson King now just kind of being joined by everyone else who's starting to get onto terms with him. So he's having to work a little bit harder. He's now on the inside of Tom Overton though to try and get himself onto the podium. So a nice move there through Oggies, and I think he'll hold the inside line through Williams. And that will cement him onto the podium. But there's a lot of cars now starting to queue up behind Tom Overton as well. You've got Charlie Mann in there, Matt Hammond on his recovery as well, just off the tail. And then behind them, the number 12 machine of Alex Solly finds himself in what's going to be 7th position. But whilst they continue to battle, Taylor and Joe Wigan in 1st and 2nd place.
Taylor from the outside of the front row of the grid in the mobile highlighter pen turns into turn 1 into Richie's corner and is having to keep everything very, very neat and tidy because Joe Wigan is right there in 2nd place. In turn, Nelson King is right there in 3rd place. Tom Overton and Mann all very much in contention for the lead. 5 cars for the lead.
Certainly is. So on to that next lap they go. Just 6.5 minutes now remain within this race. So we are already towards the halfway point of this one. Progress from the back, just to let you know, for Nathan Edwards, he's up into 18th place. So already 11 or so places going for him. Joe Wiggins had the best start to this lap because he was 2nd place as we started the lap. He's now down into what's going to be, I think, 5th position because Nelson King has gone through, Tom Overton has gone through, and Charlie Mann straight through as well. No, not quite. Although Charlie Mann and now Matt Hammond are onto the tail of Joe Wigan. So off the podium he goes in the number 41 machine, and slowly but surely Nelson King finds himself closer to the front.
This is the way he does this, isn't it? Like a legends race.
Yes, corner by corner, lap by lap, the gaps come down and Nelson King is going to be right there.
He's there to bounce.
Certainly is. He's got to do a little bit of work on this lap to try and close down Nicky Taylor, but luckily here at Snetterton there are 2 very long straights, so you can pick up a nice toe, and if he's being generous, then the man behind, Tom Overton, might start to give him a little push as well. So the gaps are going to concertina between the top 6 as they head under the bridge down towards Brundle and Nelson, but for now Nicky Taylor still just about hanging on to this race lead. Nelson King go for the race lead here towards Richie's corner. He gets closer and closer and closer. Let's find out.
Trying to force an error because just going slightly wide, he's close enough to capitalise on any kind of tiny little mistake that Nicky Taylor may make as they make their way through the Wilson hairpin and onto the inbuild section, the 300 section of the Snetterton circuit. They've got 4 minutes just over of the race remaining, so they've got a good couple of laps, but this would be impressive by Nelson King, wouldn't it?
Certainly would, and as it stands, he'd get 44 points for second place, but with the quickest lap also comes 6 extra points, so effectively he'd be joint on points with the race leader Nicky Taylor, so he's not going to lose anything to his championship rivals. He's in fact again, and did not stay in terms of the same points as Nicky Taylor here, so Nelson King holds that to 20.997, which is the quickest lap of the race, but now Nelson's got to be careful because he's got to attack and defend at the same time, because Tom Overton, the winner from Thruxton, is right there with them, and then we've got a slight gap now back to 4th place, so 2 separate groups of 3, the second one being led by Joe Wigan as they head on to the Bentley Straight on this occasion, now joined by the number 20 machine of Charlie Mann, and also the pole sitter number 78 Matt Hammond, so this one really come undone, hasn't it, for Matt Hammond after qualifying this morning on pole. It was looking good, he took the 6 extra points which goes with pole position as well, but all of a sudden Matt Hammond down in 6th position. As the quickest lap, so we should get 2 more laps out of this race. Once again, work our way up towards Richie's corner. Someone who's a little bit off the pace at the minute is Louis Capizoli, and he only goes across the line now. Back in the championship hunt after the result from Croft was rescinded, put back in place after the problems he had there earlier on in the season. So he does become a championship contender, but 15th place will not help his cause at the minute.
That's not good, is it? Not good at all, and certainly after receiving good news like yesterday evening we learned about, he'll be looking to make the most of that. Go away, Wasp. We don't want a Wasp in here. No, he's behind you.
He's behind you. Panto season.
It's Panto.
I'm good, I'm a fly.
Yeah, you're
fly spotter.
Yeah.
He survived, by the way.
Yes, we just shoot him out.
So, Nicky Taylor, still the leader of this race, but with immense pressure from behind, he's not giving in, continuing to lead Nicky on towards the Bentley Straight. We have had a change for second though, because now Tom Overton has squeezed his way through, so Nelson King, championship leader, down to 3rd place. The gap between 3rd and 4th though is not really close here, so Joe Wigan cannot get on to terms with the top 3 at the minute, still ahead of Charlie Mann and Matt Hammond. Alex Solly back up into 7th place as it stands. Jack Byrne in the 486 machine sits in 8th, 9th place at number 32. Back in the side as well. Nicky Taylor has been hung out to dry, so all of those go through, the likes of Tom Ovenden, Nelson King, and also that of Joe Wigan, which means Nicky Taylor, who has been the leader for most of this race, with no tow now and no help from behind, just starting to drop down the order. So up towards Wilson Hairpin they run, side by side for second place, as Nicky Taylor tries to get back into the fight. Charlie Mann, and are they three wide? They are three wide, down towards Palmer here. Close your eyes, this could not end in the best possible way, but I think they're just going to